Welcome back, guys, to my top 10 slash Mount Rushmore of a certain WWE category, and today's one is all about the worst Royal Rumble winners. So how this works is I list 7 that could be on there, and in 8, 9, and 10 that absolutely should be, or they are 1, 2, and 3, and then you let me know who your 4th would be. So like I said, today is all about the worst Royal Rumble winners. I know I'm giving you a lot of Royal Rumble content, but it's the most Rumbleful time of the year, so it's just what you're going to get for the next little while. So at least for the next little week. What makes a bad Royal Rumble winner? The match itself has something to do with it. Whether it was the right winner or not has something to do with it. And also a little bit about just how did the WrestleMania and how did the road to WrestleMania and all of that play out. So let's get started with Batista. Now, I'm not talking about 2005 Batista. That was absolutely legendary. He was definitely the right choice. It was between him and John Cena, and that ending where they did the both men touching the ground, brilliant. Vince blowing out his quads. I'm talking about Blue-tista that came back in 2014, and he got booed out of the building. He came back and he told everybody he needs to be a heel, and nope, you're going to be a face. And he knew that a guy going to Hollywood, coming back, all of that, just it wasn't going to work, and it didn't work. He was rightful in saying so, and there was a very clear option who should it have been. Daniel Bryan. And also, at this point, we still actually all liked Roman Reigns. He was still cool, so Roman Reigns would even have been a better choice than Batista. So Batista was definitely not the guy for that. Next, we've got, and he has sort of something slightly in common with Batista, that's Lex Luger. Now, the reason Lex Luger is on here is Bret Hart was the obvious choice to win the Rumble. It should never have been even a conversation. So the story has it that Vince had them both win and gauge the live crowd's reaction to see who was the most over, who was going to go on to WrestleMania. It didn't work. And the spot where they both touched the ground at the same time, that was planned. But it's just amazing how 10 years later, 2 other guys could, or 11 years later, should I rather say, 2 other guys could accidentally do it and actually literally do it better. So Lex was just, it was not supposed to, just make it Bret and make it just not so convoluted and complicated. Next, we've got Charlotte Flair. Now, the reason why I include Charlotte Flair is simply just because of what happened after the match. Now, should she have won the match? Probably not. Charlotte just wins everything. But what happened going forward, going to NXT and absolutely burying Rhea Ripley when Rhea Ripley was on the absolute rise. Now, Rhea Ripley recovered from that and she did a fantastic job in her career so far. But just what happened from there to WrestleMania, it just should never have happened. Next, we've got Sheamus. So Sheamus now is brilliant. He's the guy who has banger after banger after banger, his own words, and I completely agree with that. But 2012, it should not have been Sheamus. He was not ready to be thrusted into that spot at a WrestleMania main event. Well, it wasn't a main event, but you guys get what I'm saying. There was a super clear option right there staring you in the face, and that was Chris Jericho. It was just so obvious that Chris Jericho should have won it. I just don't know how they managed to bungle that up so badly. Next, it's Hogan. And this was in 1990. I can kind of forgive the 1991 one, but 1990, just no. Why? This was before there was any stakes to the Royal Rumble except for bragging rights. Just, I am the best in the world at everything I do. Hogan was already the champion. Why did he need to prove more things to people that did not care anymore? At this point, people just didn't care about Hogan anymore. There was such a clear option right there. Mr. Perfect. It would have been the perfect choice. But alas, Hogan had to Hogan, brother. Next, we've got Triple H, and I'm okay with his win in 2002. He came back. He shouldn't have been a face, but he tried. This face run wasn't successful. I'm talking about 2016. Roman being champion, defending his championship at the Royal Rumble, entering at number 1, Triple H coming in, and just, no. Why? This was to try and get the big dog Roman Reigns over as a credible babyface. It didn't work. You threw everything at the wall where it was staring you right there in the face. Roman is a natural heel. Now he's over now as anybody, but he was a natural heel. He was naturally unlikable. And again, there was such a clear one staring you right there in your face. Dean Ambrose, or even the debuting AJ Styles could have even been a better choice than Triple H, which led to a boring half-an-hour WrestleMania match that nobody wanted. Next, we have got Brock Lesnar, and again, specifically, not his 2003 one, 2022. Why? This was, of course, the one that Shane McMahon booked, where there was the confusion with him and Randy's entrance, and I'm not going to talk about that, where Shane McMahon was such a credible threat that he eliminated like 90% of the field, and I'm just joking, not really, but Shane McMahon made it to the final couple, and just, why? Why did Brock win this? Brock was... I'm getting upset here. Brock was not the guy to win this. He didn't need to win this. And there were so many better guys on the roster that could have won this, but ultimately it was just Brock. And now we've got 3. You guys let me know what the 4th is. Number 3 on the Mount Rushmore is Roman Reigns, 2015. If The Rock gets booed in 2015, I'm not talking about Final Boss Rock. If Rock gets booed in 2015, you know you did something bad. And it was right there staring them in the face. The year before, Roman would have been fine to win. But 2015, everybody was sick and tired of the Roman good guy beats everybody shtick. It just did not work anymore. And again, there was a clear option right there staring you in the face. Again, Daniel Bryan. Now, somehow, it's just... I don't know. WWE just somehow always gets the Rumble winner, or not always. I would say about 50% of the time they get the Rumble winner wrong when the fans clearly tell you who the winner should be. And I'm a big Rumble fan. It's my favorite event of the year, and it's just WWE has not done it justice in a couple of years. Next, we've got Alberto Del Rio. We did not need a 40-man Rumble. 30 was enough, but this was WWE flexing about how big and strong and tough their roster was. It really wasn't. It became too long, and I'm a big Rumble fan, but it became a slog to watch this Rumble. It was too long. And again, Alberto Del Rio, nobody wanted to see him win. Absolutely nobody. And again, there was a super perfect obvious answer right there. CM Punk. And then lastly, if you didn't know this was coming, then I don't know how you made it to this far in a wrestling content video about Royal Rumbles. It was 1999 Vince McMahon. This was not really a Rumble win, it was a storyline. Woohoo! Vince is going to WrestleMania. All I have to say is no. So guys, let me know your thoughts would be. I don't even want to speak about the Vince entry. It's just so bad. Let me know what your thoughts would be, and until next time, hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.